and welcome to Stephen Allen Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. It's Thursday, so that kind of counts. We're up. We're back. Welcome to another show. If you've never tuned in before, it's my streaming podcast type thing where I get through some newspapers, front pages, and loads of stories. More news stories than any other podcast. That's not verified, but could be. Could be. Prove me wrong. That's a modern thing that people say. If you're listening to the audio-only version, it's a shame you're not watching the live stream, because in the live stream, you can get involved in the comments. They're already loaded in. More of that on the way for us shortly. I'll tell you what's on today's show. Front pages, definitely. Inside the newspapers, they're also pages. Basically, we're doing pages. Some interesting sidecam news. In the last 10 minutes, there's been an update, which I was not aware of. Okay, that's still to come. Plus, we'll find out stuff about a celebrity's brain and Donald Trump's in the papers. So, right, here we go. We can start off with a quick look, actually, at who's here. Proper Memes here. Thank you for the thumbnail. He made today's thumbnail. We're all slightly disgusted by it, aren't we? I don't look like that when I'm in gym wear. There's Charlotte's here. She's one of the first. Got the tea on the go or the coffee or something. Ems is here. Hello, Ems. Just made it. I will have to duck out early again, though. It's a good job this show goes downhill as it goes on. Joodles is here. Who else we got? Charlotte and Chris. I think we're up to date with the main few in there. If you are here, make sure you say hello in the comment section. But we start off today with a quick look at the front pages, which means we need this.
Here are today's front pages.
Totally. We start off with the Mirror, which has US pedo probe. Who writes that as like a, we could just have the picture slightly bigger, but no, let's leave a little space for that. Inside Epstein's island lair. And we actually got some of the pictures here from inside the newspapers if you want them. They've got extra special pictures. Here we go, we've got the big camera. Here's one of them. As you kind of saw it, they've got the weird masks on there. And it's a dentist chair. Now, I'm slightly worried by this. Like, that's what's happening inside Epstein's lair, this dentist chair. How old were the dentists? I say this because the big scandal is he would hire masseuses who were of a questionable age, depending on which jurisdiction you're in, right? That's like one of the big deals. And hire, as a verb, is doing quite a lot of heavy lifting there. How old were the dentists? Was he into younger dentists? I just think there are some things when experience and age is better than being youthful. I don't want to go to a dentist where at the end of that appointment they get the I've been brave sticker. You know what I mean? So, you're up to date with Epstein. Front page of the Times. Review will study rising diagnosis of ADHD. This is more people being diagnosed with it these days. Does that need to lead to a thing? Maybe you have yourself a title. You do. They're going to look into it. I don't know. I've always been worried. I'm fairly sure I'm dyslexic and I don't want to find out. Do you know what I mean? Well, you can tell by the way I read comments like I've just been smacked in the head. Because if I find out now, what will I get for that? An extra half hour in the GCSEs I did in the 90s. So, unless there's a real benefit in it, I don't know. I think it is easy to over-prescribe these things, isn't it? Unless there were some good drugs. Is that what it's about? That might be what it's about. Front page of the Daily Star. I'm a Celebrity News. Kelly, I hope the walls aren't thin. And we can zoom in on the story if you'd like, where we find out that evicted I'm a Celeb star Kelly Brook kissed hubby, Jeremy, and said, I hope the hotel walls aren't thin. We haven't been apart in nearly 10 years. Is she implying they're going to make love? Then don't do it up against the wall. Is that what she's worried about? I've called down to reception. Is it a reinforced bed? Not that I'm implying anything about anyone's mass here. I'm just saying that I'm not impugning her physical shape, because obviously that was a theme of the show. I'm impugning her morality. Or something. I'm not having a go at her size. I'm saying she's pre-epic, or whatever the word would be. So let's move on from that before I get cancelled. I like it where you have to get people to Google a word before they can cancel you for it. Front page of the Eye, Russian spies secretly entering UK on cargo ships. Great. This whole smash the gangs thing feels like it's gone in the wrong direction. Previously, it was a problem of small boats and migrants sneaking into the country. And now somehow it's really big boats and they're not migrants, they're spies. You've gone in the wrong direction. This was exactly what we didn't want to happen. So good luck with that. I think there's only one more front page to look at. Oh, yeah. Police plan for Face ID in every town. Says the Telegraph. I don't know. I'm just so against this. I'm sure there's some sort of version of this story where, it's not as if I have an aversion to cameras. I'm surrounded by the darn things. More side cam updates on the way. But I don't like being tracked, especially after I was pulled over by the police the other day. So maybe I'm now very much against the idea of it. Having said that, I don't need to worry. I've literally been through a phase in my life where I've been on the telly and still don't get recognised. So I could go undercover. I could sneak into the UK in a cargo ship and I'd get away with it. That's how good my profile is. So they're the front pages sorted. See what's going on in the comments. Probing and the dentist, says Charlotte. Do not go. Well, my theory about how we fix the healthcare system in this country is you do both. You get the dentist and the proctologist at the same time. They meet in the middle or something, and you get a twofer. The show's a success when the show's main own camera equipment is part of the main news. Yep, or lack of material. Difficult to know, isn't it? Judel says, coffee. What's I don't know which story is that one about. A cup of coffee? Did Gaza go to the island? And Judel says it wouldn't be the first. I don't know where the start of this conversation goes. Let's see what else we got. Is Steve Tom Allen's dad? How very dare you? He's roughly the same age as me, isn't he? Steve's Tom Allen's campier cousin. Okay, well, you give with one hand and take away with the other, but I'll take it. Yeah. Ooh, the Burns there. Yes, Chris. Yes, Judels, you've identified Chris Burns. And who's Chris Burns? I used to play darts a long time ago, says Mr. Cuff. Oh, Cuffy is in that. Oh, it makes sense. Well, welcome along. More comments coming. If you keep the chat going, we'll get back to that. Before we go into the actual newspapers, trying to keep this project afloat. So we'll be back after these messages.
Live streaming on YouTube. It seems harmless enough, but for some people, it's led them to a pretty dark place. I spoke to one YouTuber. We've altered his voice to protect his identity.
Well, I started out as a radio presenter and then went into TV. But it's a slippery slope, Next thing you know, I'm online.
Ugh.
Doing it to entertain people, begging for money.
You disgust me.
I ended up going on about my Ko-fi all the time, trying to get people to just make donations. Just a tip, I'd say. Sullied myself, really.
When did you know you had a problem?
I first realised I had a problem when I wasn't getting enough money.
Okay.
So I had to ask for more.
Did you ever consider nudity?
Yeah, I'd accept nudity, but I prefer money, so...
No, I mean...
But still, yeah.
Okay, well, you can help tragic cases like this by leaving a tip at kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. Thank you.
We're back. Some comments already coming through in about that, with Chris saying, I pay to avoid ads, and Proper Meme saying, I pay for YouTube Premium and still get these beep ads. Yep. There's one way to get around that. Give me enough money that I retire. That's the main goal here. Right, let's see what's happening in the actual business of the... I realise there's a problem. There's a problem with how I've set up this jingle.
Let's get inside the news.
That's better. Right, let's get inside the actual newspapers, open up the cameras and see what we've got. This story is 29.5 million pints to pay bill. The worrying story that pubs and eateries must sell an extra 29.5 million pints per day to absorb the impact of Rachel Reeves' budget, experts claim. And I think this has made me realise the Labour government might be onto something here. Because for a while they've said that everything is fully costed. And I didn't believe them, but now I look at this and I think they've got a plan. Because all we need to do to absorb this cost, which will get more money into the exchequer, is to sell 29.5 million extra pints. And most days the Labour government does something that makes you need a drink. Do you know what I mean? Driving us to drink, therefore funding this, helping to get the money to plug the black hole that doesn't exist. Genius. You've done it, haven't you? Most days when you're like, oh, what's going on now? Who's in charge of justice? David, look, I need a drink. Can we... Deputy P... Make it a double. I think they're onto something. People keep mocking this government. And I'm not sure why. I think you're judging them too harshly. We've also got Nigel Farage has denied there are plans to team up with the Tories ahead of the next general election. And I think he might be right when he's going, giving it the old, we're not joining with Labour, we're with the Tories, whichever one. I got confused. He's right. Ahead of the next election, I'm sure there won't be. Straight after it, it's very different, isn't it? I imagine if ever there's going to be a coalition, he's not going to say, I'm not going for a coalition after the event. They won't team up on the way into it because they always pretend that they're definitely going to win it. It's like some low league football team thinking like, no, I think this is going to be our season. And then eventually, when the dust settles, this is how the Lib Dems did anything. For a small party, they were incredibly powerful for that one period during coalition. So no one's going to turn it down. We'll not do a pact with the Tories. And he will at some stage, after the election. Add that to the list of almost impressions. Hang on. I want to hear Steve doing a Kemi impersonation. That is the... Who was the... I was talking somewhere. Was I on telly about doing that? About how... Or was it on here? About I don't do it because it'll get me cancelled. Slip of the finger, Steve. Not for the first time. And it was just the tip, though. You said, oh man. Justin's here. Bill Who, I don't know what you're talking about. And Kermit's here as well. Is it? Right. Into this story. Look at me. I'm so rowdy. I can't remember this story. Here it is. Let's see. ITV has slapped a family film favourite, Grease, with a trigger warning as it contains teenage misbehaviour, which also I believe we could have applied to the first story about the Epstein Island. But the 1978 musical comedy has now got a trigger warning. I love musicals. I love Grease. I love trigger warning stories because they're always hilarious. You can always mock them. My favourite trigger warning story that we covered a while ago on Headliners, there was a musical version, like a stage musical of The Sound of Music, which had a trigger warning on. Like, it may include scenes of Nazis, which, spoiler alert. But also, when you read the full content warning description thing, it said contains music, in case anyone's so sensitive they might not be able to handle it. And if you've gone to see a musical called The Sound of Music, and you needed to be warned that there might be some music in there, you're burnt. That's on you. You deserve to just sit there rocking and crying. We don't need to protect you anymore, do we? But anyway, this story, ITV slapped a trigger warning on Grease. I love it. Because I need reminding that they're meant to be teenagers. Whenever I watch that film, it just looks like 30-year-olds having a great time. So it's good. Well done. Teenage behavior. Come on, you're about the same level of teenager as the Fonz was in Happy Days. You've got a 40-year-old man there. That's all that's happened on that story. In the comment section, scissoring got censored. Well, good. What kind of a show do you think this is? That's like my kind of show. Charlotte says, don't influence me. You don't know where my brain can go. You're right. This is getting disgraceful, isn't it? Grease is my absolute favourite. It's brilliant. Grease 2 should never have existed. Put a trigger warning on that because of how crap it is. Grease, trigger warning. County line gangs trafficking drugs and fighting with machetes. Yeah, you're right. Oh, I like this story. I think we can do this one next. Influencers warning. There's Kim Kardashian, who's over the top. Kim plugs benefits of needless scan. So the actual story is that online influencers such as Kim Kardashian risk their followers' health by giving them rubbish medical advice. Experts say famous creators, often biased or just out to make money. They have found, well, I'm glad someone looked into the flaming obvious on this story. And the reason I like this is because you can get in touch through the week on social media at Mr. Stephen Allen. Proper Meme sent me a video from, I guess, the TV show where she's plugging this stuff. And so I found a clip of it. Here we are. Where's Kim? This is Kim Kardashian getting some medical results. It's beautiful.
So what the holes mean is low activity. Compared to this one, the front part of your brain is less active than it should be.
And my favourite thing about that is kind of the look on her face. After you've just been told that your brain is not as active as it should be, going, It's not the best move. Do you know what I mean? The fact that he explained it so slowly as well, like he's talking to an idiot. Well, fair enough. Actually, he's clever. No, come on, that's smart. You get those results. First thing you think is, I'm going to have to take a while to explain this. Get the crayons. All right, you up to date on that one? This is the problem. To go back to the main page, if I go too far, I trigger the intro jingle. Just got to move it. Simple as that. Proper meme says, tell me more, tell me more. Did she put up a fight? Maybe there should be a trigger warning on that song. What? You can't say that. Like, does she have a friend? Oh. I think she was buffering. I think she might have been. I think she might have been. There was an element of doy there. I mean, anyone could have told her that. Exactly. That news story was recommending needless scans. And it was needless to do a scan to say that Kim Kardashian's frontal lobes might not be as active. Well, it depends what you mean by frontal lobes, doesn't it? There is one video where she... Well, anyway. On to the next one. And that's the facial recognition one. Done that one already? Actually, on the topic of facial recognition, we should deal with the elephant in the room. Cameras. Previously on this show, we had a side cam. Side cam, how we miss ye. And then it broke because it was very cheap from B&M's. And we missed it. And there was a song and there was a thing, you can find it on social media. And then yesterday, I got a delivery. It was on its slow boat from China. I'd ordered a new webcam thing. It arrived just before I was on Talk TV. In fact, yesterday, where's the little clip? Yesterday, I was on Talk TV when I should have been setting up the webcam thing, but they asked me to go on there and talk about Rachel Reeves. Turns out she didn't win the chess competition that she claimed she did. Here's a quick clip. But yeah, apparently she didn't win the British girls under 14. She claimed she did. She might have won a different one, but not that one. In that one, she came 26 out of 34. First, 26th. We don't expect it to be good at numbers, do we? Certainly not after the last budget. So I think it makes sense. There you go. You're up to date. So I got the doorbell thing, and I brought the camera through, and I couldn't set it up properly because I was on the flipping telly thing doing this, and eventually I found enough time to unbox it. Now, Charlotte in the comments suggested that I should do an unboxing video, like it's the old days of the internet. Oh, I miss the old days of the internet. So I set it up, and in case you wondered what happened when I was setting it up, it happened like this. Hello, and welcome to the Unboxing Zone. I have the new webcam. It's here. This is, as you can see, there he is. It's 4K Ultra HD. It's the eMeet Pixie Dual Camera PTZ, not Z, webcam. AI powered, because everything is these days, and intelligent tracking. It will track intelligence. Good luck finding any of that in this room. Hey! Now, you'll understand when I'm saying I'm doing unboxing. It's not in the big box that it arrived in from the internet, because that had my address written on the front. I'm not that stupid to put my address on the internet. I get killed. So, this will be the side cam that's replacing the side cam. See your replacement. See your future. So let's get into it. I'll do it up here, I suppose. Ooh! We used to do unboxing videos when I did comic solving problems where we'd comment on the quality of the box. And it would have been a good one. Look at this. Oh, there's instructions in the back in Chinese. If you want to see inside my box, go to the other website. Box. Things with a QR code on the back. Ain't showing you that in case you scan it and somehow get into it. Let's have a look. Here comes the hot stepper. Da-da. Oh, look. Things come out. Ain't that cute? Isn't that really cute? Johnny 5, alive. So there we go. Get the box out of the way. You can see it's a dual cam. It's eMeet. The zoomed in camera here doesn't really show you how tiny this darn thing is. Look at that little thing. You could swallow that. And I might do if I need to get hits. Oh, wee, look, it moves. Oh, servos and things. And then that bit we don't need. Right now, I'm going to try and plug it in using the USB-C cable. The future. Back in a sec. Damn you, cable. Why won't you get in there? I'm back. Right, I'm now ready to insert. It's got a green light on it. Hello? Hello? Do you speak English? Do you know what? I'll read the instructions. It might be working. Maybe we just straight away add a new media source. Video capture device. Uh-oh, e-meet Pixie. Here it comes. Or not. I mean, that's not great. No, still not what I'm after. That's one. That's the... That's what we're after there. Okay. Hello, little pigsy. I mean, if we're brutally honest, this is likely to be an issue of the thing that's plugged in. Hang on, I got it. Oh, is it tracking me? Is it? Oh, you're going to do this to make it track you. Hi. Are you tracking me? Are you tracking me? Are you tracking me? You're not tracking me. Literally playing hide and seek on my own. Hi. Get on there, you git. Right. Up here, you. Come on. This way. This way. It flipping worked. Ah. Well, look. We're unboxed. We're plugged in. The side cam. Annoyingly good. Literally, looking at that picture, it's good colours, clean, crisp, slight depth of field. Damn it. I thought I was buying some cheap crap. Get that out of the shot. So, you're thoroughly unboxed. Comes with instructions and other stuff as well. You're up to date. So that was the official unboxing video, which will be available separately on YouTube later. Not that you've already got much information out of that, but there we go. However, another update, restarted the computer because I tried to do something other thing, and basically the same kind of problem. So it was working, but there it is now. And if you wait long enough, it goes all flashy down the bottom. There's not enough data. There it is. There it is. Not enough data going down the USB. I got to buy a new cable or some crap like that. But you're up to date. So, not quite as sexy as the black and white one, but we'll see what we can do. It's there in case we need it. I'm not a salmon. It's not as sexy, is it? But there you go. It's there. Thanks for some of the comments on this. What have we got going on? That's the wrong button. I've got to go back to the scary. Don't press the wrong button on this. Lyrical Gangster. Here come the hot stepper. And so Charlotte enjoys the video. It's Wally Cam, but not Willy Cam, says proper memes. Well, it depends. Anything is if you try hard enough, isn't it? Is it bleeding? Something was down there eventually. It was tricky. Try turning it off and back on again, says Chris Hood. That's exactly what got us in this problem in the first place. And Steve is high definition perfection. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. We'll see what we can do with it. We'll get it fixed at some point. Right, back into some of the news, should we? WW2 ammo at migrant camp, a military site expected to house nearly 600 asylum seekers, sits on land riddled with unexploded grenades. I didn't read the whole story because this is from The Sun. I don't know if they're saying this is a bad thing or are they saying it's a good thing, because we're in the time of the election cycle where it kind of, your policies don't have to be workable, and if they're saying we should house migrants on sites that have live munition, I'm not in favour of it. I'm just saying you could make the argument that if you wanted to sort out issues of asylum, all you need to do is make your offering slightly better than the war-torn place people are coming from, but no, not much better than that, and you would very much, look, this is what Macron said. You got to get rid of the incentives. And if the incentive is finally living on land that's not got explosives in it, then what you do, you find the gap in between. Is that what it is? Or is this a horrible story? I don't know. Difficult to know. Difficult to know. What's this one? Oh, don't know how we're on this story already. Look at that Fabergé egg right there. Yeah? Fabergé swipe and inside job. So much is weird about this headline. But police are waiting for nature to take its course after a suspected thief allegedly swallowed a James Bond-inspired Fabergé egg, 32-year-old man in New Zealand. They're waiting it to come through. 14 grand's worth of egg is making its way through out of nature's pocket. You can't wait for that to come out, can you? I mean, it doesn't say how big it is, but that thing is not going to pass naturally, is it? That's going to take some stuff with it. That's going to hollow him out. He's never ride a bike again. When he breaks wind, it'll be like an old hand dryer. You can't have that coming out of you, can you? It's absolutely... Well, there you go. Crime does not pay. Oh, I like this one. So there's this story of... speaking of crime not paying, maybe it should pay. This is the story of a 20-stone security guard stole Manjaro. I think that's how you pronounce it. We should look at him first. This is all about judgment. There he is. Before picture, I'm assuming. A 20-stone security guard, desperate to lose weight, stole fat jabs worth nearly 9 grand. Oh no, you're a security guard, you shouldn't nick, but... Yeah. People often come up with the moral dilemma of, is it wrong? Is it morally wrong to steal if you are nicking food to feed your family? Just like one under that is, if you're really big, is it morally wrong to steal? Like in the same way that if people on public transport on their way into the train nicked deodorant, I'd probably be in favour of it. So is it wrong? Especially when you read this bit, right? He was nicking Manjaro pens while working at a medicine distribution centre. And he swiped the drugs from a medicine bin for rejected pens, due to be disposed of. They weren't going to go anyway. This is like lumpy fruit. You know, the vegetable, you go in the shop and they're like wonky vegetables. Not that he'd know what they were like, but there was literally no downside to this. They weren't going to, you can't recycle the drug out of them. So he had them, risked the odd, they weren't the right shape or whatever. I don't know, man. I think he should have been allowed to have them. Especially when you consider this. This news story. Meanwhile, Tesco boasting that they're giving away wonky Christmas trees to encourage customers to celebrate what it calls the imperfect side of the festive season. These wonky trees you can't sell, so they just give them away. The wonky Manjaro that you can't sell, give them away to the larger people in society. Basically, I'm saying these stories are effectively the same. Wonky Christmas trees, wonky Manjaro. You should give them away. Be careful, you will end up with needles on your floor. Long walk to get to that punchline. I'm sure there's some better stories. I must have already whipped through some of these. We do need to talk about Donald Trump as well, because that was in the news. Thank you for people sending me various links to stuff that we should talk about. Donald Trump, you might have seen this, has now come up with an asylum system that some people in the UK are saying we should copy. He's gone for no asylum, no claims, no one coming through, especially people from Somalia. And there's a clip that I was watching in the news where he was asked in the Oval Office why and whether Somalia needs to be particularly picked on. Here's a clip.
The mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, is saying that he's actually proud to have the largest Somali community in the country, and his police chief...
Well, then he's a fool.
Well, his police chief is also saying...
I wouldn't be proud to have the largest Somalian. Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. It's just people walking around killing each other.
Says the American. Sorry, I think I've got a gun culture. Oh, I've got a Americans. I think it's some sort of allergy. Anyway, there's Donald Trump saying that. So he doesn't want Somalians, which is, I know this is childish, but it's just interesting when you compare it to people he said he does want to go into America.
And I'm not just talking about engineers. I'm talking about people at all levels. Maitre d's, wine, experts.
So he doesn't want Somalians. He does want sommeliers. You're making a rod for your own back. You're one typo away from just getting exactly what you don't want. Are you trying to set up the plot to a 1980s sitcom? You've got to get rid of the Somalians, but we do want the Somalians. It's like a low. This is as bad as saying, like, we don't want Albanians. We do want albinos called Ian. What do you think's going to happen? You're going to mess it up like a dog. And also, I disagree. I don't like sommeliers. I don't think they appreciate our culture. My culture is drinking cider in parks. They don't appreciate that. They're a bit, I don't know, these sommeliers coming over here, just doing the thing with a wine. Do you know, where they make you drink a little bit of it? I've never enjoyed that whole tasting the wine. I don't know what I'm trying to taste. Apparently, you're not trying to sample the quality of it. You're meant to know if it's corked. I don't know. If there's bits of cork in it, you flip and have a look. You're the expert. Just because you've escaped Somalia. No, look, I've made the mistake. You see how easy it is? I only want them to do the thing with the wine where they pour a bit, and I always let someone else do it because I don't know what's happening. But if I have to do it, then I insist they do the same when I order the soup. Because then they could get the soup, bring out a small little espresso cup, and I'll give it some. You can leave the tin. And that's how it should be. I don't know what I'd be looking for. They don't cork soup. They tin soup. I could say this soup's been tinned. And they couldn't argue with that. Free soup. Don't know how we got there on this story. Okay. More comments need to be done. Let's have a look in the comment section. The security guard couldn't outrun himself. No, he'd get beaten up if he tried. Bruised eyes. Joodle says it still needs to meet the other end. Well, we're talking about the egg. Yeah. What did Cuffy say? Excruciating. Yep, thank you for that. And, lunch has arrived. Hopefully it has arrived. You're not talking about the Fabergé egg. They're not real eggs. Don't try and eat a Fabergé egg, even if it hasn't passed through the body of a New Zealand criminal. Proper Meme says Tesco no longer has Christmas trees. They are festive or evergreen trees now. So fake news. They all ban on at Christmas. Do you know why I don't like the idea of... I think we should always call it Christmas. We shouldn't call it holidays. Because holidays is how Americans say it. And holidays is what you go on in the summer. I'm not doing a vacation. I'm not learning that word. No. Joodle says she's hoovered and made your lunch, Chris. Oh, I see. You're getting up to, you're sharing his misses again. It's I'm not sure if you are watching this on live stream, you want to join in on the chat because it's an interesting community and they share spouses. There's a bloke on the bench near me. He's a wine expert. Yep. Is he Somalian? You might want to go over there and ask on behalf of a friend. Like a dog. Chris says yum. I don't know if he's talking about the food, the egg, or his wife. Let's have a look. He's just me and a homeless man, says Charlotte. We'll see where that story goes. Watch your ribs. He actually what? He actually swapped his sock for a small radio last year so he could listen to the cricket. Fair enough. I nearly misread the word sock for a second there. So, holidays is relaxing, so it can't be used interchangeably with Christmas, says Proper Memes. Exactly. You don't go anywhere. There's no sunshine. People bring you food on both, actually. Okay, fair enough. Only a couple of stories left. We've made it all the way through the clips. What's this one? Oh, this is interesting, actually. Let's go back to the cameras where we can pop this one in there. True love can keep you slim, suggests this study. It boosts the production of the feel-good hormone oxytocin, which can help fend off obesity. So that security guard didn't need to nick Manjaro. He just needed to abduct a lady. Do you see how you were helping things if you just let him have the flipping drug? Just let him nick the wonky Manjaro. It also means if your partner says, you gained a bit of weight, you can say, well, whose fault's that? It means, this is why people gain weight in relationships, isn't it? People think it's all to do with like getting comfortable. It's not. It's the oxytocin and then... Yes, it was stinking, obviously. We're talking about homeless socks now. Some absolute wrong uns. Yeah, okay, we've got into talking about someone's wife and stinky socks. Okay, maybe you don't want to be in the chat section. Miniature mayhem at Christmas. Miniature Dachshunds. Is that a swear word in German? Can we just check on that? I know Joodles is good at language. Have I just said a rude one? You Dachshund. Well, looks like... I can't think of what we're doing with that one. Miniature Dachshunds are Christmas's clumsiest canines. More than a quarter of all insurance claims related to the breed happen during the festive season. I see. That's interesting because maybe they're just more on edge. I think I'd be more cautious. If I was shaped like that, I'd be very careful at the time of year when people eat pigs in blankets. Because You fall over when you're going for a little run, land in some bacon, you're done. You've gone. What happened to little Fido? I mean, it's tasty, but the little sausage dogs, exactly, have overtaken the English Springer Spaniel and the Cocker Spaniel to top the league. Just put things on a slightly higher shelf. It feels like it's your own fault. If your dachshund can reach it, maybe you're the dachshund. One story left. Make sure we're not missing anything over here. If it's not true if it's not true love, then it boosts your oxytoxic masculinity. Harder to say than I thought it was going to be. Schweinhund is German swear word. Pig dog. Pig dog, not pig. Pig dog, not dog. A reference only those of you with children of the right age who sit around with their kids watching Shark Dog. Do you watch Shark Dog? I'll give you the premise. He's a shark dog. Shark dog, not dog. Shark dog, not shark. And that's all I know about that TV show. The Scrappo's on their way. That's the cold soup, isn't it? And dental nurse in Germany is tooth doctor helper. They know how to label things, don't they? They knew, I tell you what, a lot of time for those Germans. Sweaty gym weights had more bacteria than a toilet seat, a study found. These stories I love. They come around all the time, and someone looks at how much bacteria is on something, and they work out that there's more bacteria on X, Y, and Z than a toilet seat. That's how they always compare it. Keyboards, men's beards, remote controls, mobile phones, all of these have been in the news as having more bacteria on them than a toilet seat. And I always say the same two things, and I'm going to say them again now. What am I meant to do with this information? I'm not going to stop lifting weights and start lifting the toilet seat. Get in my gym gear, get in the toilet. You have to do more reps because it's not that weighty. Could you sit on this? That's going to get me thrown out of the gym. And I also, so not only is it useless information, it's flaming obvious. Toilet seats are the one thing that you put bleach on a regular basis. No one bleaches their phone. No one bleaches a man's beard unless you want him to look like some weirdo from the 80s. And yet, you do rub a bit of bleach around a toilet seat. Oh, and there's less bacteria on the thing you bleach is the real story here. And yet somehow we fall for this headline all the time. That's today's show almost done then. What have we got going on here? Mr. Cuff says, I like Krankenhaus. Don't know what it means. Very worried this show's going to get demonetized in Germany. It would have to get monetized first. We're just doing swear words in German, so I'm just going to leave those there just in case. How is it that scissoring was banned? And what was the other one that someone said got edited out? Teenage. I mean, maybe good. It's a useful word, but you know who it stopped. No wonder the comment section went quiet when the Epstein stuff was happening. Wayne Lineker has bleached hair and beard. There's more germs on a remote control than there is on Wayne Lineker. What are you going to do about that? Start using Wayne Lineker to change your channels. Oi, mate, can you just nip over there? He's not going to be interested in that, is he? He didn't need that work. He's busy. Krankenhaus is the hospital, Steve. Oh. Thank heavens. I thought I was going to get in trouble with the Germans. So listen, we're up to date with today's show. I think we've got everything. Oh, what am I saying? Somewhere there's the ads, isn't there? Let's try and do that.
Here are the plugs where you can see Steve and Helen all this week.
Not doing it. Oh, it did it. So here's where you can come and see me, and I'm performing Friday night in Kingston. And then I realised, hang on, Thursday comes before Friday. Thursday, GB News at 11 p.m. tonight, where I'll be going through the news and making jokes and things about news stories. I wonder what that would look like if I did it. We may never know. Then Friday, I'm in Kingston. I don't know if I mentioned that already. But you could go and see me perform in Kingston, or Saturday night in Wimbledon. And that's basically it for a little while. Let's have a look. Every weekday from 1, all hit radio. Different material than you see on the live stream, other than the one about the weightlifting thing, because I spotted that the other day and I enjoyed it. Substack.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen. You can subscribe free or subscribe paid. YouTube. Make sure, if you're watching this, I'd love you to subscribe, to follow, to smash the like, to smash your thumb. I'd love you to thumb the like. I'd love you to like your thumb. I don't know. What else is on the list? Oh, yeah, the podcast. You can also track down Stephen Allen Almost Daily, the audio-only stream, the actual podcast version, on Apple Podcasts and, what's the other one, Spotify. Subscribe on there. There is some other content you can't get anywhere else. I'm on socials, at Mr. Stephen Allen, and that's about it. It's not bad, is it? As soon as I get rid of the flickering thing, I forgot that it will follow you around the room. Great audio content again for the people. Okay, so I'm going to do that for the rest of the day. That's what's going to happen there. Can I please have an eyebrow lift? It gets me through the day. I'm not sure this camera does well with an eyebrow lift. Makes me, I can't do the other one either. Oh, no, I can. Favorite German insult? Hang on. It says single step. Favorite German insult is, I don't say it. Oh, face washer. Okay. Wasch Alpen. Because a dishwasher takes the shape of whatever you put on it. Eh? Because a dash water, it means face washer. So are you saying dash water is the insult, not face washer? We've got a typo. We've got a typo and a dyslexic. So now this is going to be worse than Trump's latest policy. A full facelift. Because Kim Kardashian, is that the surgery she's had? And let's have a look. Peng. Thank you. I don't know what it means. Peng. Was it onomatopoeia? Thank you, Steve. Absolute pleasure. The largest city in Germany. Ausfahrt. Right, we're up to date. Thank you very much for your participation. Come back and comment on the video later if you would, if you've got some spare time. That seems to be helping. Thank you, Proper Memes, for all the AI stuff that's come in this general direction. Thank you, everyone, for helping out, the Ko-fi people who've Ko-fi'd. And Ko-fi, you should Ko-fi, because that way, when I try and thank you in the next show, it's just going to be difficult for me. Imagine me getting something wrong on a live stream. We're up to date. Until next time, bye.